Good Friday evening, April 19th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The search continues for the body of a driver presumed dead after crashing Sunday into the Columbia River. Chalan County Brush Yard serving the Leavenworth area opened for business today, allowing residents to drop off tree limbs and other yard waste. Get ready for a nice start to our weekend tomorrow with wind and possible rain showers early Sunday morning. Your local forecast is coming up. The Wenatchee School District sees the Valley Academy of Learning as a potential occupant for the Columbia Elementary School building should that school be shut down. Valley Academy, the district's family-centered K-8 program, offers students full or part-time enrollment. Communications Director Diana Haglund said an email that district is looking into revenue-generating educational programs and opportunities for the building should the closure take place. The relocation of Valley Academy is one of those options, although Haglund said, quote, there was no solidified plan to move Valley into Columbia earlier this year or at this time. Rumors surrounding the district plans to move Valley Academy into Columbia's building were already circulating before last night's public hearing on that closure.
Recently, I heard there was a mention of perhaps moving either Valley or CTE or both to Columbia after our current students are sent on their way. Really? I hope that's not the case, but let's imagine for a second that it is. You're considering displacing 350 students from their neighborhood school to max out 2 other buildings. So the 180 students from Valley who are less than full-time or even online use Columbia. That's a better use of the space? Hold on, maybe I got this wrong. 350 students at a school full-time is too few, but 180 students on a less than full-time basis is just right. It's time to get our priorities straight, folks. Let's put the equity back into our mission statement. Here's an idea. I've had a ton, but here's another one. Here's a new one. Leave the students and the families that belong at their neighborhood elementary schools alone. Consolidate, that seems to be the word of the day, right? From your own analysis, there are 10, you can look it up right here. There are 10 empty rooms at Lewis and Clark, which are more empty rooms than Columbia, or so I'm told. Why not have 2 programs on the same campus? Move Valley to a wing of one of our elementary schools, keep the best of both programs under one principal, vice, secretaries, custodians, and the like. Sell Valley's property, save the precious budget. Win-win.
About 100 people showed for the second Columbia public hearing. The hearing is part of a legally required 90-day process before a final decision on a school closure can be made. A little over 50 people took to the podium to share their concerns with the board, including several Columbia students. Jessica O'Connor, a Columbia parent, said she still feels like the decision on the closure is already made and said the district has not provided the public with adequate options for budget reductions. The regular board meeting on April 23rd is the last meeting before the board makes their decision on May 14th.
How do we trust the Wenatchee School Board? They haven't presented actual options at all, have they? According to the Davis report, it appears that our budget problem will not be fixed with the closure of just one school. What elementary school is next, and when is that happening? When is Pioneer Middle School on the chopping block? You know, the middle school that's going to hold the $100,000 fence from our new softball field that we approved. We all seen the numbers on the Davis report last week. It's clear. Let's start the transparency now. One final question. If the vote on May 14th is no, does that mean that it's a yes for next year? Or do we just start this process over again next year? We want to know the truth. We want answers and we want transparency. We can go from 80 to 90%, but this isn't how we do it. Don't close Columbia this year, next year. Don't close any elementary school. Vote no.
The district, represented by County Commissioner Tiffany Gearing, is now the site of a three-way race. Gearing says she won't run for a second term this November, leaving the seat open for a new commissioner to represent Chalan, Manson, and the rest of northern Chelan County. This week, Wenatchee developer Flint Hartwig threw his hat in the ring, along with Manson orchardist Chris Willoughby, who currently serves as a fire district commissioner. Brant Capel, a legislative aide for State Representative Keith Gaynor, filed his intention to run back in February. The field of 3 candidates will be reduced to 2 in the August 6th primary election. The search continues for the body of a driver presumed dead after crashing Sunday into the Columbia River. The Washington State Patrol says crews continue to search the river and shore after a pickup crash down an embankment and into the water just south of Rocky Reach Dam shortly after 9 a.m. that morning. The GMC pickup was later recovered, but no occupant was found. Trooper Jeremy Weber said his agency wouldn't disclose the identity of the missing driver, but a Chalan family says he was Angel Mendoza Ruelas, 21 years old. Angel's relatives have asked for public assistance in searching the Columbia to recover his body. Weber says rescue agencies from Chelan and Douglas counties have been combing the river by boat and using aerial drones to search from above. When we come back, high school students wanting to learn about 3D printing can sign up for a new program at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. The Chelan County Brush Yard, serving the Leavenworth area, opened for business today, allowing residents to drop off tree limbs and other yard waste. State Route 20, North Cascades Highway, reopened this morning for spring and summer travel. And Eastmont High School's Sign Idol takes place tonight, a program of popular music interpreted through sign language. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
High school students wanting to learn about 3D printing can sign up for a new program at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. The program will be held in the museum's maker space, and students will learn how to design parts, prepare them for printing, and operate the printer. The cost is $50 per student and will be paid upon admission. The program will run from April 23rd to June 4th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Spots are limited and payment can be made by calling the museum at 509-888-6240 or by coming to the museum in person. The Chelan County Brush Yard, serving the Leavenworth area, opened for business today, allowing residents to drop off tree limbs and other yard waste. The site at Icicle Road and East Leavenworth Road has a new minimum drop-off fee of $25 after county commissioners approved a $5 price increase to keep the operation in the black. Local brush disposal is crucial because Leavenworth and the rest of western Chelan County sit inside Washington's apple maggot quarantine zone. It's illegal to bring brush, fruit, or other agricultural materials outside that area to prevent insect damage to tree fruit. The site is open 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every Friday. The Washington State Department of Transportation and the North Cascades National Park Service Complex took to Facebook this week to announce that State Route 20, North Cascades Highway, would reopen this morning for spring and summer travel. The road is closed seasonally to protect travelers from weather-related hazards such as snowfall and avalanches. Though the road is now open for the season, both organizations warn that winter conditions may still linger for a while longer. Campgrounds as well as visitor and information centers will remain closed until May. If you're watching us at 5 or 6 p.m. tonight, there's still time to get down to Eastmont High School's Sign Idol, a program of popular music interpreted through American Sign Language. Eastmont ASL students explain the production in this video put together by the school's video production class.
Sign Idol is a show where ASL students here at the high school interpret music into American Sign Language and perform it with costumes, sets, blocking as a full production on stage. I would say Sign Idol has taught me leadership skills, organization, planning and categorization of tasks and when to do them. And overall, it's just been an experience to connect with ASL and deaf culture more than I already do.
I'm Miss Johnson, the ASL teacher here at Eastmont High School. When I was a student, we didn't have many props in different numbers. Now we have lots of props and backgrounds in almost every single number in the show. Being just a student in Sign Idol is way different than being a teacher/director. You see how much effort and work is really done behind the scenes. Every single song means so much to me. I've seen each song go from an idea, real life, and a concept on stage.
Tickets are on sale now. $10 for students, $15 for adults. Doors will open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7.
Coming up next, the newly renovated Wenatchee City Pool is scheduled to open with a special ceremony May 22nd. More on that coming up next in tonight's feature story. A mixed bag of weather is coming our way this weekend. I'll have all those details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
So you may have heard the latest trend, shrinkflation. Companies are making products smaller and decreasing the quality of their ingredients. Well, at Abby's, we're going the opposite direction. We're sticking with the same plan that's worked since 1964. For a real value, head to Abby's. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
After an early closure last year and a whole winter's worth of renovation, the Wenatchee City Pool is scheduled to open with a special ceremony coming up on May 22nd. The pool is 60 years old this year, and the $2 million upgrade is still underway. Dave Erickson, Director of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Resources for the city, visited Dan Kuntz this week with some pictures for show and tell.
So what you see there is the pool from about a week or so ago. The red stripes on the bottom there, those are actually water membranes that they have to put down before the tile. So on the long stripes there, those are black tile that are being put down. And then on the cross ones that go the other direction, those are actually blue. And so just this week they finished putting down all the tile, so that's all finished. All the grout work is finished. And so you'll see nice new clean lines as they go in. The process was really kind of interesting. So we we replaced the entire circulation system underneath the pool. What you see there, that's the main drains that will go back to the filter system and clean the water as it recirculates. But we had to cut out the entire bottom of the pool, put in all brand new pipes. Here you can see kind of the rebar that was as we were putting it back in. So in that particular case, all the water lines have been replaced. And
so that is the very bottom of the deep end, right?
It is, yep. That's the very, 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 very bottom. And that section to the right there that kind of tees off, that's where the pipe is right now being installed all the way back to the pool mechanical room. So they're breaking up the pool deck, installing a new pipe that's about 14 inches in diameter that goes all the way back into the filtration system. So that's kind of the last piece before they can, all the pipes will be put together and the pressure testing will occur.
When you sent me some of the photos, this looks to be maybe last fall now?
Yeah, and actually just today it doesn't look a whole lot different. They are still working on that. This was last fall. They're installing the pipe to the middle part of the deck, and now they're taking it out to the pool. Here the guys are re-pouring concrete into those trenches in the pool. And there you can see some of the rubble left behind too. We have a crew of 3 different guys out there jackhammering 7 hours, 8 hours a day to break up the old plaster and the old tile that was in there, that they could scrape all of that out. And there they are removing it from that pool bed. So all of that will get replaced with new plaster. That's actually going to start on April 30th. The new plaster.
Do they have to build a temporary ramp to get the equipment in and out?
They did, yep. And that's that picture there. They are putting in the pipe into the mechanical room. So there's actually 2 different pipes. You can see it's kind of standing, straddling one. That goes into the drain, into the deep end. And then that upper hole, that's where the water that goes into the pool flows through that from the mechanical room.
And you have a whole new circulation system and a whole new heater, right?
Yep, a brand new boiler too. So about 2 years ago, the boiler failed, and so last year we were able to get it to limp along with some duct tape and almost literally duct tape and bubble gum to keep it going. And fortunately, we did throughout the entire season. And so we were able to get a new boiler for the pool. It's about the size of a VW Bug. Put that in, and our insurance company paid for that. So,
and it's going to be much more efficient, correct?
Should be more efficient. The pipe diameter is changed dramatically. So we were going from about a 4-inch pipe under the pool to closer to a 12-inch pipe. So we should have better water circulation, better chemical use, and everything else that goes along with it.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday and a great work week for that matter. Pretty seasonal weather once again today, and we pretty much had that throughout our entire week. The good news about today, we had all of this beautiful blue sky as we take you up to Chalan, looking out our weather window from this afternoon. Just a little breeze out there and a few clouds along the Cascades. Other than that, it wasn't a bad day at all around our area, but we've got a mixed bag, as I talked about earlier, coming up this weekend. Nice day for Saturday until about Saturday night, and then we expect some gusty winds to move our direction. We will see winds 15 to 30 miles an hour, and that's going to be in the evening hours. I think our daytime is going to be okay, but then as soon as we get into nighttime, a weak cold front will move through and kick up those winds. We'll talk more about that coming up in your forecast. All right, today, unofficial high temperature reached 60 degrees, exactly like yesterday. 63 is where we should be for this time of year. Record high 82, and that was set back in 2016. We started off the day at 36, 5 degrees below our normal of 41, and our record cold 29 degrees set in 2008. Our sun came up this morning at 6:04 and sets this evening at 7:57. As we take a look at what we can expect now as we get into the upcoming weekend, yeah, it's going to warm up a little bit. Upper 60s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 67 for Quincy, 63 degrees in Wenatchee, also in Entiat, a little warmer up Highway 97 into Chalan and also Omak. Beautiful in the higher elevations. Leavenworth tomorrow, your high temperature of 61 degrees. We do have another cold night to get ready for overnight tonight. We are seeing an area of high pressure which is clearing us out, and that will make for those cold temperatures. Clear and chilly tonight. Maybe a little bit of a breeze too to add to that, but there are those clear skies tonight, and that's going to drop our temperatures into the mid and upper 30s overnight tonight. For Saturday, here we go on the weekend. Just some high clouds for us We will see warmer temperatures, and then, the wind is going to come up during the afternoon and evening hours, maybe even a few scattered showers, about a 20% chance that we'll see that Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then it's going to stay breezy on our Sunday. Cooler too, with partly cloudy skies. We'll cool back about 3 degrees from Saturday into Sunday. We'll call it 60 degrees for a high temperature to end our weekend. And here we go with our nicer weather. High pressure nosing into the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see lots of sunshine to begin our next work week with high temperatures in the mid-60s. So here we go with above normal temperatures on Tuesday, even warmer, partly cloudy skies. There is a system pushing through Canada, and that'll bring a few clouds Tuesday, but we're going to warm up to about 70 degrees for an afternoon high temperature on Tuesday. And then for Wednesday, once again, high pressure and low pressure very close together, and that's going to cause a very windy afternoon on Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies. It's going to be mild though, so if there is a plus to Wednesday, it's going to be nice and warm out there. High temperatures in the upper 60s. And then getting you into the end of the forecast on Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. You can see a trough of low pressure beginning to form just off the coast of Washington. That'll bring a lot of shower activity into western Washington. Mostly cloudy for us and a little cooler with high temperatures on Thursday of 65 degrees. All right, let's check that 7-day forecast now. 37 overnight. Getting you into the weekend, mostly sunny, 63 Saturday, partly cloudy Sunday and breezy. Remember, that's going to come up in the evening into Sunday, and that'll cool us off to about 60 degrees. But boy, is it going to get nice as we get into next week. Monday, sunny and 66. Partly cloudy and 70 on our Tuesday. More wind coming our way on Wednesday and 69. And as we get to the end of the forecast Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, just a little bit cooler with high temperatures then of 65 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and Eric Granstrom is back and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Now is a great time to get an offer you'll love on the Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid. Inventory is here, so bring on the fun, bring on the weekend getaways, bring on the memories. And get a great offer on a Honda, named the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
And a happy Finally Friday to you. Thanks to Dan for filling in so I can go chase turkeys around this week. Well, the Seattle Kraken ended their season on a high note despite not reaching the playoffs with a 4-3 win over Minnesota last night. Yanni Gourde scored 2 shorthanded goals to help Seattle finish 34, 35, and 13 on the season.
Onside once again. Tried a seam pass, nicely intercepted by Jared McCann. McCann flips it out in front. Kaprizov has it. Score! Number 46 on the season for Kirill the Thrill. And Minnesota takes the early lead. Walked out on the backhand. And all of a sudden finding himself alone and centering one. Kick made Burakovsky off Eberle. Matty Beniers pivots in the corner. Up to Bjorkstrand. It's a cross. Seam pass. Eberle on net. Shoulder save made by Fleury. Schultz straight away. Hard to find those seam passing lanes against this penalty kill for Minnesota. The shots seem to all come from the perimeter.
Yeah, really good rotations. They're going from box to diamond are the penalty kill, and great active sticks.
There's the wrister from Schultz. Score! It looked like it may have been redirected out in front of Marc-Andre Fleury. Both teams have a power play goal. It looked like Matty Beniers may have gotten the stick on the airborne shot. And that's Johansson with speed. Sets up Freddie Gaudreau. The drum shoots it wide, and it rims around. Kept in by Chisholm, but he gets off with another breakaway. Yanni Gord moves in. Scores! The shorthanded goal for Yanni Gord puts Seattle on top 2-1. A heavy Stanley Cup favor.
Big time, especially with the acquisition of Jake Jensen.
Here's a breakaway. Moving in, Zuccarello. Scores! Hit the corner, and we're tied.
The stars, the superstars, the price that the players pay.
Rodin across, saved and Cord!
Here's another look at it. I'm still stunned up here in the booth. Because this is the second time that Joey DeCord's done this. And this is shades of the great Ken Griffey and also the great Ichiro out in Seattle. Maybe A-Rod will throw him in there too.
Larson at the right point. To the half wall, Bjorkstrand. Behind the net, McCann. Back up top to Bjorkstrand. That drive. Score! Was it deflected in front? It may have been by Ty Cartier to beat Fleury. And with 2:40 to go, that gives the Kraken the lead. It looks like Cartier on the redirect. Empty net, 6-on-4 as Zuccarello fires one. DeCord makes the save. Tanev looks at the empty net. Faber blocks it. Here's Yanni Gord, his second breakaway goal, and that's about as easy as it gets. Puts it in the empty net to give Seattle the 4-2 lead.
Communicating on the bench for the Wild, and just the presence of, and Faber almost had this one too, but his momentum had him going right. He made a great effort for the young defenseman.
All day and all night, 4 and all for you on our ESPN networks on Sunday. So, 6-on-4 continues after the timeout. Faber, wrist shot, score! There's one that Minnesota needed. 1:04 on the clock. That will bring Eberle out of the box, but we're not done yet. Intercepted by Zuccarello. 5 seconds to go.
Get to the net.
Back to Faber with a drive. Saved to Carr. The rebound available. Kaprizov, one more try. That's blocked by Beniers. And in game 82, Seattle wins it 4-3.
Seattle finished with 81 points, 17 points short of what was needed to be a wild card playoff team. The season over for the Kraken. Well, the Seattle Mariners begin a series at Coors Field tonight against the Colorado Rockies. Seattle will try to extend their 3-game winning streak after sweeping aside the Cincinnati Reds to finish a 6-game homestand 4-2. Mariners have Emerson Hancock on the mound, trying to improve his 1-2 record and ballooned 7.98 earned run average. He's going up against the Rockies' Dakota Hudson, who is 0-3 with a 4.15 ERA. Game is underway on Root Sports Northwest. 3 games were played on the 4th day of the week yesterday in prep baseball. Taking a look at the scoreboard, Tonasket topped Oroville 11-1. Manson took down Lake Roosevelt 17-2. Moses Lake Christian edged Waterville Mansfield 16-11. Tonasket is hosting Lake Roosevelt in a doubleheader today. Cashmere is at Quincy for 2 games. Wenatchee is hosting Eastmont in a doubleheader at Recreation Park, while Moses Lake is at Davis. By the way, we broadcast both games of that doubleheader earlier on our Facebook page between the Panthers and Wildcats. You can watch the first game of the Twin Bill tonight at 7 here on the NCWLIFE channel. The doubleheader schedule for tomorrow has Chalan at Omak at 11 o'clock, while Brewster hosts Ephrata and Liberty Bells at Okanagan. Cascade hosts North Mason at noon, while Waterville Mansfield is visiting Odessa. Brewster took both games of a doubleheader against Omak in prep fast pitch softball yesterday. The Bears won the opener 10-9 and the nightcap 11-5. Liberty Bell popped Bridgeport 25-6. Lake Roosevelt rolled Manson 21-3. Tonasket trounced Oroville 32-8. Scheduled today has Lake Roosevelt at Tonasket for 2 games. Eastmont's hosting Wenatchee at Sterling Sportsplex. Davis is playing 2 games at Moses Lake. Now tomorrow's schedule has Chalan at Omak for a doubleheader at 11, while Liberty Bell hosts Okanagan and Bridgeport is at Republic. The Cascade girls are hosting North Mason at noon. The Les Schwab Prep Boys Soccer scoreboard had Othello blanking Cashmere 6-0. Quincy pummeled Omak 10-0. Cascade edged Chalan 3-1. Bridgeport beat Tonasket 4-0. Okanagan blanked Brewster 1-0. Oroville edged Pateros by a final of 2-1. Liberty Bell doubled up Manson 4-2. Chalan is home hosting Manson today, while Grandview's at Ephrata. Wenatchee hosts West Valley tonight at 7, while Eastmont's also at home against Eisenhower. Moses Lake is on the road at Sunnyside. The Saturday schedule in soccer has 3 games at 11 a.m. with Cashmere at Tonasket. Okanagan's Liberty Bell, and Bridgeport visits Brewster. The 1 o'clock matchups have Connell at Cascade and Pateros at Omak. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.